All right, it's story time again. I hope everybody out there listening to our stories, I hope you're enjoying them. Today, our story is going to be about 3 little squirrels. And their name is Mischief, Pixie, and Baby Squirrel. So let's get started. It says, once upon a time, there were 3 little squirrels who were named Sharon and Jamie and Bobby, but no one ever called them by their real names. They were known as Pixie, Mischief, and Baby. The middle squirrel could never remember how to be good, and that is why he was called Mischief. One day, Mother Squirrel said, "Now, children, I want to go into the garden and rake up all the autumn leaves. Winter soon will be here." The 2 older squirrels took a rake and a broom, and Baby took a basket for carrying home late autumn flowers. Soon they had raked a large pile of leaves, and Baby had found a few marigolds. Once the work was done, Mischief looked around for something else to do. He climbed up on the garden fence. On the other side were the woods. The 3 little squirrels had been told never, ever go alone into the woods. What do you think he did? What do you think, Hannah?
He went into the woods.
You think he did? What do you think?
I think he went into the woods and he got himself trapped.
I don't know. Let's find out. Just on the other side of the fence was a big oak tree, and there beneath it were dozens of acorns. Why do you think he was happy? What do squirrels do in autumn, Miriam?
They collect the acorns for the winter so they can have them to eat.
Pixie, Baby, come and see what I've discovered. Mischief clambered over the fence without even thinking about it, what his parents had said. Pixie always did what Mischief did, and Baby squeezed through a hole at the bottom of the fence. All 3 had quite forgotten that they were not supposed to be in the woods. Under every tree were fresh, juicy acorns. The little squirrels scampered further and further into the woods. What an acorn feast they had! Soon they were so full they could hardly eat another bite. They would have gone straight home after just one more acorn apiece, but what do you think happened? What do you think might have happened to them, Hannah?
Me?
What do you think?
I think what happened to them, I think Mischief ran off somewhere, and they tried to look for him, but they couldn't, and the dog was beside the tree waiting to eat him.
You think there's a dog?
Yes.
What do you think?
Look.
What do you think, Miriam? What do you think's going to happen?
I think his 2 brothers are going to go back home, but Mischief found something else interesting, and so he went on into the woods, and there was a dog behind there, and he got chased by the dog, and that's how he got farther into the woods.
Suddenly, from around a tree trunk, bounded a large dog. Baby was the first to see him. What a scare! The dog ran towards him, filling the air with a noisy barking. Pixie was too frightened to move, but Mischief scurried up the nearest tree. Shaggy, that was the doggie's name, thought Mischief wanted to play. He stood at the foot of the tree barking for Mischief to come down. The little squirrel became more frightened at each bark. Shaggy was puzzled. Why won't the little fella come down and play for a game? While the dog was trying to coax Mischief down, Pixie and Baby scurried off through the woods and were soon squeezing through the fence into the garden. Shaggy soon grew tired of waiting. "I don't think much of squirrels," he barked. "I'll go somewhere else to play," and he ran off to the woods. As soon as Shaggy had vanished, Mischief scurried down to find Pixie and Baby. Evening was coming. It was getting cold. "We must hurry home before it gets dark," he said. Mischief had not seen them run off. Where could they be? Maybe they were in some tree, too frightened to come down. Mischief searched through the woods, calling, "Pixie, Baby," but his cries were in vain. It soon grew too dark to search any longer, and Mischief was now quite lost. He didn't know which way to go. It was cold, and Mischief's teeth started chattering. Soon it began to snow. Usually he loved the first snow of the season, but not this time. He found a hollow tree trunk to crawl into. There he would be sheltered from the snow. It was warm and snug and cozy hole, but when he thought of home and family, a few tears trickled down his nose. Maybe they had forgotten all about him. The woods grew white and dim. Soon it was night, and Mischief was far from home. It was the first time he had been outside all night long. Pixie and Baby had gotten home just in time for supper, but Mischief was not forgotten. "Now where can that scamp be?" said his mother, looking out the window at the snow. She served tea and cookies and tried not to look worried. But the truth was, she was beginning to be alarmed about her middle child. As soon as supper was over and the two little squirrels had been put to bed, Mother Squirrel got an umbrella and Father Squirrel got a lantern. "We must go search for Mischief. For what if he is lost in the woods?" said Daddy. "My precious Mischief," said Mama. You think Mama was worried? They walked through the snow, calling, "Mischief, Mischief," shining through the dark woods. The lantern's bobbing light showed the way. At last they found him, curled up snugly in a hollow, sound asleep. "Mommy, Daddy, is it really you?" How they hugged and kissed each other. There were even happy tears. Daddy Squirrel carried Mischief home on his back, but the little squirrel was so sleepy his head soon dropped onto Daddy's shoulder. He was fast asleep once more. "Never mind," said Mother Squirrel. "We'll soon have you safe at home." But before being put to bed, she gave Mischief a cup of chamomile tea. After all, they had read Peter Rabbit just the night before. Because what did Peter Rabbit always get into, Miriam?
He got into trouble in the garden.
Yeah, he had. Do you think that Mama Squirrel might have thought that Mischief got the idea from hearing the story about Peter Rabbit?
Yeah, that Peter Rabbit wasn't supposed to go there.
And he did anyway, didn't he? Hannah?
I got another word for being in trouble.
What?
Mischief.
Yeah, mischief usually means you're up to no
Good.
good. You're
Peter
up to.
Rabbit wasn't.
And yeah, Peter Rabbit liked to get in mischief too. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story today.
Bye.
Bye.